How you doing, guys? Back here with the post Wolverine Warfare video that I promised, wearing the Wolverine Warfare t-shirt that only the students were allowed to purchase. I'm going to go over the things that really worked for me and also how things have changed, which was kind of the point of the class, is to run your shit, figure out what works, what doesn't work. Coming right at you. Okay, so we're going to start with the exciting stuff, which is the stuff that was actually physically on my body. Socks. These are darn tough socks. That's the brand. This is their hiker, so it's basically above the calf. So it's a tall sock. It's a very thick, heavy sock. These things were fantastic. I cannot say enough good things about them. I wear them all the time. They're my chosen sock. They're expensive. They're like $30 a pair, but really, in my opinion, they're 100% worth it. I was in the same pair of socks for 2 days straight with no issues. I changed them out morning of day 3. So yeah, like these were fantastic. I can't say enough good things about these. My choice of shoe, Solomon Forces. This is their Gore-Tex hiker, Gore-Tex boot, whatever you want to call it. This thing was amazing. I went through creek twice, and in both cases, my feet stayed dry. A lot of the other guys did not do so well with their foot choice. Are they a little heavier? Yes. Are they insulated so they're a little hotter on the foot? Yes. But these, in conjunction with these, were stellar. I really can't say enough good things about Solomon products. I love their their footwear. I almost exclusively run the Quest Forces because that usually is the only brand or model that comes in 15, and I do need a 15 in these. They do run a little narrow, so if you have wider feet, make sure you're getting the wider sizing. But really amazing footwear. This merino top, I bought this last year, I think. It was off of Amazon. I think it ran about 65 bucks. It is like an actual merino top. I wore this the entire weekend, and as my base layer, and it was fantastic. When it was cold, it kept me warm. When it was hot, it dried quickly. I didn't really notice it, even though it's a heavier shirt. At one point, I had completely sweated through it, and in a matter of maybe, couldn't have been more than a few minutes, it was completely dry to the touch. I cannot say enough good things. I wish I had spent money on merino base layer products before. They are 100% worth their weight in gold. Cannot say enough good things. Kitanica. I've talked about Kitanica at length on this channel, but guys, these pants are 5 years old. They've had panels replaced because of accidents where I fell twice, which is this knee right here. You can kind of see the difference in color if you really look at it. But guys, like, are they heavier than some pants? Yep. Do they have the cool stretchy that some pants have? Nope. But I wore the same pair the entire weekend. I did not change my pants the entire time. I want to see how it went. On a couple instances, I ate shit because I wasn't paying attention. Cannot say enough good things about Kitanica products. They are amazing. They wear amazingly. So guys, buy their products with confidence. They're very expensive, but in my opinion, they are worth it. And that was basically the stuff that was directly against my body. I had some other shirts and stuff like that I'll show once I get the bag open. But that's like the layer 1 against your body. Invest money into it. It is hugely important. I saw people that did not, and they suffered as a result. It's already going to be a sucky thing if you have to go do something like this. For real, it's going to suck. Don't do things to make it worse for yourself. Coming up, I will show you the next kind of layer that rides on my person. Alright, so the next layer that's on my body, the next thing that's on my body besides the battle shirt, I guess, that's in the bag there that I'll show you in a little bit, and that is a chest rig. Now this chest rig here is kind of a unique design. I'm trying to find the label for the guy that makes it. I know it's here somewhere. I just don't remember where. It was amazing. Oh, here it is. It is called Optimal Performance System. So that is the company that produces this chest rig. And it's kind of interesting because if you notice, it's actually a split chest rig. So the way this works is like most other split rigs. It goes on kind of like a shoulder rig of some kind. So it goes on like this. And then what happens is, and excuse me if I'm bumping the crap out of the mic, and if that's loud, sorry. This goes over here, like so. And then this goes back under and hooks underneath. So this is the chest rig that I was running for the class. Each one of these pockets up front fits 2 mags. So there's room for 6 mags. Plus you also have the ability to run like a multi-tool or a pistol mag. No, I'm sorry, is it 4 or 3? 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So 6 mags, which is fine. It worked great. I found for me that the GP pockets being where they are in my armpits, it was really hard for me to get to them. I don't have the shoulder flexibility for it. One cool thing is that they do detach, and they have these keepers that are right there. I'll zoom in. So this is part of the buckle system as well, but it does allow you to pull it off, get to what you want to get to. There is some organization inside of it. So it does have that. It also has radio pouches behind, which is fine if you have a decent ear pro setup, which at the time I did not. I was running like an in-ear wig with muffs on top. Not at all ideal. It worked, but it really was painful after a while on my ear. So that's basically the chest rig that I was running. Because I took the class, I realized my limitations, because the rig's fine. Nothing wrong with the rig. It's my physical limitations. And by the way, this is for Mr. Gary Marr. And of course, as we all know by this point, AR1 is a superior camo pattern to Multicam Tropic. And I'm sorry, no, I am definitely wrong. It is 8 mags across the front. So you have 3 on this side with the pistol pouch or multi-tool pouch, and then you have 1 on this side. And this is the section that lifts up and allows that to attach. And then you bring it down and capture it, and that's how this split front works. Again, I have no complaints. The harness is great. It's very comfortable. I had no issues that way in any way, shape, or form. I just realized that I couldn't really do that and get to what I needed to get to. So I don't think it's going to work for me in that with that usage in mind. I really still do like the chest rig, and I'm going to hold on to it. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But it's going to find a home in some system somewhere. I know I can fight out of it. I know I can move in it, which is, I guess, the important part. So that's what I ran. So in the interim, I had something kind of that I was slowly but surely putting together because Mr. Andrew Smirshek of Combat Training, I'm still waiting for the chest rig that you're going to make for me. It's going to be the best one ever because you made it. But I don't have it yet. So in the interim, I've been kind of building this one out over time. This is a T-Rex Arms trap rig, I think they call it. So the advantage of this over the other, let's start with disadvantage. Disadvantage of this is that it is very, I'm going to mess up my mic. I'm going to move you to right there. I'm pretty sure you can still hear me. Anyway, so the disadvantage of this rig is you have to get into it like every other chest rig, which is kind of like that. And then you buckle across the back. The advantage of this is I have my GP right up front and center. I have My handheld GPS on a keeper because I don't want to lose it. I've got a compass on a keeper because I don't want to lose it. And I've got this lovely rape whistle right there, titanium rape whistle, also on a keeper because I don't want to lose it. That's kind of where I'm at right now in here. I am probably going to add other things over time. I got my Right in the Rain with pens, markers, things like that there. So that is that. Up front here in this pocket, I've got a multi-tool. I've got map markers, different colors. I got some face paint in case I need to throw that on hastily. This is pretty cool. This was given to me by a woman named Bloody Mary at SHOT Show. She was very nice enough to give me this as a sample. It has a mirror inside, and then it has a bunch of different colors of face paint. So it's really awesome. It's small, it's lightweight, it'll work. It's a lot thinner than some of the ones that I've seen. And then past that, I've got, in here, I've got eating stuff and other general stuff, like water treatment, gun lube, things like that. I've got a couple mags here. This is 6 mags across the front. It's got little elastic tabs, and then you just pull out your mag, right? So there's that. I've got a Exodus knife and tool made by White River Knives. This is his Adventure Craft. It's an insanely sharp little itty bitty knife that fits nicely right here. It doesn't really take up any room. It doesn't stab me in the face. Perfect. This is a spork thingy that's hanging there. I've got a paint church key. Church key is wonderful for some malfunctions on your rifle. This was because of Patrick Rose, formerly a Prepared Patriot. He is an amazing instructor. I hope at some point he starts doing that again. I would love to bring him up to PA to teach some classes. But church key for different malfunctions on your rifle because of the hook works really well, and I just have it kind of shoved in right there. So it's kind of out of the way. I've got my radio set up with a new push-to-talk right here that goes with a wonderful pair of Ear Pro from Savox. If you're interested in Ear Pro that does the same thing with the same abilities as like a Comtac 5 from Peltor, but you don't want to spend $800. Savox is a company that me and Mike Fiore of Bolton Podcast, Burn Limits Podcast, we had an interview with him. We met him at Vegas at SHOT Show. We had an interview with him after a shotgun class that he took that Mike ran from 0 Point Training also. Anyway, and we hooked up with him, and he convinced us to try out these Savoxes. They are now like the fighting Ear Pro setup that he is basically pushing through Bulletin. I think it is badass. So I have an actual set of like a fighting comm setup between the radio, the push to talk, and the Ear Pro. So I couldn't be happier with that. Over here, I got a couple smokes. So I mean, I have it. And back here, there's like a little pouch, and I have like Lickies, Chewies back there, water treatment stuff. So that's it. So that's right now. Currently, this is my fighting rig. I'm also going to add to that these somehow with a carabiner, probably here, because I'd like to have a pair of gloves on my kit. That way, I can just grab and go, and I have everything that I need. So this is where I'm at right now for my fighting setup. If I had to walk home, this is what's with me every day. If someone called and said, hey, I need you here now, it would be this and my rifle. So there you go. So next coming up, I'm going to show you something else that would go on my body. And then I will also show you the rifle I use for the class. And then we will break into that big bad boy of a backpack over there and show you what currently rides in there. Coming right up. Okay, so something else that I ran for the class was an assault pack. This is Mil-Spec Monkey. This is their, I don't know what the hell they call this thing. I don't know. It's a bag that they make. I've done videos on it before. This is made to attach with these buckles to your gear. I did not use it that way. I use it just as an assault pack. So when we're moving, it was this, my rig, and my rifle. That was when we were patrolling out, and this basically would have some food, some water, extra ammo, medical, that kind of stuff. On one side, I put 500. What is this? This is a 500 IV pouch from Special Operations Equipment, SOE. There's guys over there. They make this, which has some organization inside of it. So that's mounted to one side. On the other side, I've got their canteen pouch. Now, for the canteen pouch, I was just running it as a GP pouch in case I needed overflow. I didn't, because I didn't want to blow myself out while moving. The pack's very straightforward. It's got a large compartment here, which does have Velcro there. On the back side, it's got another pouch here, and that's where I have a hydro bladder in. Water bladder in. And then on the front, it's got a pass-through pocket here. As you can see, just a pass-through. And that also has some Velcro inside, so you can put different kinds of attachments. I put a rifle card there from SOE. That's how I decided to use it. I've been using this bag as my EDC bag probably for 2 to 3 years, maybe. So it's nothing new for me. It has worked fantastically. It worked great during class 2, so that's been awesome. So that's that. Rifle that I ran for class is this. This is Iron Pig Armament. This is I believe this is the Warrior model. I do believe. I'm pretty sure it's a Warrior model. So it's just a basic, well-built AR. I can't say enough good things about it. It's been fantastic. It ran fine. It's relatively lightweight. It's got a ambi charger here. It's got normal bolt carrier, Holosun sitting up on top. A little hand stop there. Lights right there. It's just a cheap light. But yeah, this ran great. I have no complaints. I ran some drills with it, and I couldn't be happier with how it ran. Iron Pig Armament also has a discount code for my channel. I'll put it in the comments below in the description. I would definitely talk to them about getting a rifle. They make stuff that's made for fighting. So that's the rifle I ran for class, and that's pretty much everything that was going to go on my body during patrols. But we also were responsible for bringing in all of our gear, so we had to bring everything with us in. We had to walk it in. So I'll go over the pack. There's some things I minus, some things I plussed, but I'll go over everything with you, show you what I'm running currently and what's going to be in my car for the foreseeable future. Coming right up at you. Okay, guys, so the pack. System for the water worked fine. I basically have, this is an adapter for Nalgene's so that you can hook up a line from a Camelback to it. So that's what that's all about. I have one on each side. Worked great. I mean, it's not brain surgery. It's what it is. Up top here, this is kind of like the little quick access area. I have a boonie that I didn't wind up wearing at all. I have a do-rag. These things are awesome. When it's hot, you really can't, they work fantastic. Some kind of headlamp. This is a backup headlamp. My main headlamp, I think, is in my pocket. This is the one that I wore for the event. So this is from, what is this from? What company was this? I don't remember the name of the company. Princeton Tech, that's the name. What's nice about this is it immediately goes to a red light when you hit the button. To me, that's hugely important. It is amazing how you can blow out whatever little night vision you've gained by turning on a white light. So when you first turn this on, it goes immediately to red, and then if you hold it down, it goes from red to white. So it was fantastic. I have no complaints, but I always have backup headlamps because maybe yours is fine, but the guy that you're with or someone that you're with doesn't have one. So that kind of stuff's important. Now, what else do I have in here? I think I have a neckerchief of some kind. Yeah, it's just a cotton handkerchief. Million different uses. Anything from filtering out like particulates before you, like a pre-filter, or just to put over your face in case it's dusty. I mean, they work great. That's up here. On the back side of this is another zipper. I have just a comprehensive IFAC in there. It's nothing special, just an IFAC. Top of this thing, at the very top, I've got a pair of gaiters. Now, I actually didn't wind up using these for the class. I just never got to a point of putting them on. When we started things up, I'm going to put a little video in here of how things started. When we started things up, it was chaotic because that's kind of the point. Is like you now have to move and get your stuff and get the hell out. So we were given a certain amount of time to do that. I won't divulge that time because I don't want to ruin it for future people that take the course. But there's definitely a little bit of stress at the beginning of things, and that's a good thing. So I didn't put these on then. I could have put them on before that, because after that point, when we finally were able to jump in the trucks, get to where our starting point was, I could have put these on at that point, but I wasn't thinking about them, so they really didn't get used. I know there's a couple guys that did use these gaiters, this brand in particular, and they had good things to say about them. In here, I've got a pair of Cries. Again, these were my spares. I didn't break into them. Didn't really need them. What else do I have on top? Bright orange bag. In the bright orange bag, I have some paracord, different kinds. I've got some cling wrap. I've got some zip ties. I got a small amount of fire making stuff. I got rid of a lot of the fire making stuff that I had. I have a chem light. And then I have some actual carabiners, like real carabiners. Because you never know. So I have some real carabiners, and I have another headlamp. So this is kind of, if I would need like the paracord and all, if we've been traveling, there's a good chance it's at night. So my thinking is, if I need something at nighttime, including the headlamp, it's in a bright orange bag. This thing is really easy to spot on the ground, in the woods. But this is an SOE toiletry bag, in case you didn't know. This is an SOE coffee day bag. These were designed for the size of the day packs. This one is Velcro backed. This has food. So I have 2 MREs broken down. What's funny is, I had never eaten an MRE before. I've always done Mountain House, one of those things. And for the first, until Sunday morning, all I had eaten was just Cliff Bars, Nutri-Grain bars. Like, it was like just grab and go food. And it worked really well. I mean, I was fine. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't starving. It was good. Like, it worked fantastic. But that being said, on Sunday morning, I wanted to try out one of my MREs. And the MREs I had bought were cheap ones from Amazon. They worked for shit. They were horrible. Just everything about them was just a pain in the butt, including the fact that they did not have a heater. So if you don't know, MREs have inside of them a little bag, and it has a chemical reactor in there to water. So the idea is you put about a mouthful of water into the bag, you put your entree in there, you shake it up, it heats up your entree, you have warm food without needing a fire. That's the advantage of an MRE, is you don't need to start a fire. Fire can be seen or smelled from quite a long ways off, especially in the woods. So the emery is a better option, especially if you're trying to stay hidden. But emeries normally suck. My emery, after 2 days of not having any warm food of any kind, was, once I got heated up, was fantastic. It was shit, but it tasted fantastic because I hadn't eaten anything warm in a few days. But these emeries are ones that are being sold by Amma Supply Warehouse. Our friends there, Mr. Butch Becker, he was also in the class. He sells the emeries through his website, and I tasted a couple of those ones that he has. They were amazing. So, all that to be said, check out Amma Supply Warehouse. They have all your Freedom Seed needs, but more importantly, they have other things like cases of emeries at a reasonable, cost. If you're going to be taking a class that he is going to be coming to, he is generally willing to bring the stuff to you, so you don't pay shipping charges. But yeah, reach out to Butch Becker and Amma Supply Warehouse. Tell him that I sent you. He's an amazing dude, and it was a privilege to train with him. So that's food. This is just toiletry stuff. This really hasn't changed. This has toothpaste. This has bug repellent. It has wet wipes. It has sunscreen. It basically, it's a dot bag. It's just a lot smaller. Lotion. It's got Aquaphor. It's got lip balm. It's got all those things. So I can't say enough good things about this little thing for it. This is one of these small mesh pouches that John over at SOE makes. They are Velcro backed. They work great, and if you just do this, they stick pretty well, and it kind of keeps everything. The nice thing about that, what it does is it keeps everything tight in the bag. Like, you don't want loose shit rattling around. That bouncing action will kill you. So the more you can pack that tight, maybe not overpack, but just pack it so it's tight. It's a very good suggestion. This is just a poncho that I got off of Amazon. It worked fine. I mean, it's a poncho. It's interesting. It has these orange accents on it, which I don't really care for, because if I have this on, I may not want to be seen. But they're very small. But it also has a big pocket in the front, so you can put stuff in it, like a map or whatever. That's pretty cool. Poncho. It's big enough to go over your gear, which is a plus. What else do I have in here? Okay, sleeping system. So, very small, very lightweight bag or sleeping blanket. I probably am going to get a larger size because this was, for my ginormous ass, this was a little bit too small. So that's probably going to get a larger size for that. This is something that I have to thank Mr. Mike Fiore for. We were talking about my plan, and he had mentioned, have you ever done hammock tenting in the cold? I said, well, no, I haven't. He said that if you don't have an insulator around you on the exterior of the hammock, you can cause a problem. So I bought this bad boy. This is from One Tigris. Like I said, off Amazon. It is the color of the cinch sack that it's in. It's like a weird, almost multicam pattern. This worked fantastic. Like, can't say enough good things about it. It was awesome. Kept me warm. I was not cold. My feet were a little cold at one point just because my feet had kind of gotten out of my blanket. But fantastic otherwise. And that was the first time using it. This is from Mr. Ranch. This is made to basically be a rain fly for the entire bag. I didn't use it, but I brought it in case I needed it. And I will keep it in there in case I need it. And then in here, I've got the rain fly for the hammock and the hammock itself. Now, this is not an expensive hammock. It's actually a very cheap hammock. I think this is like $35 on Amazon. I think this is about the same. So for $70, relatively lightweight, relatively small to pack. Like this, and this is my sleep system. I think that's pretty compact, and they all worked fantastic. Like, I can't say enough good things. One thing that I did do with the hammock tent was when you have the hammock tent, you have two straps that are meant to go around trees. I had the one already tied up and ready to go. That way, and it's already attached to the hammock. That way I can start there and then stretch the hammock out to the next tree. Again, I can't say enough good things. Do I think this would last you many times over again camping? No, it's not. It's a cheap one, but it's not meant for that. This is meant for, oh shit, I have to go home. I gotta sleep overnight somewhere, and I can set this up almost anywhere. If I have a telephone pole, if I have a tree, like a fence, like you can set this up almost anywhere. So I can't say enough good things about that thing. And it's small and it's light and it's compact. Other things that I have in here, I threw in for tools. I have my silky saw. This is fantastic. A cheap Mora knife. I don't care if it gets lost. It's very sharp. So it's a cheap fixed blade. And then I also purchased a shovel with the idea that if I needed to, I could, if I needed to dig something, I could. Of course, now I can't figure out how I'm supposed to put it together. Something like that, I think. I don't know. It's something along these lines. Yeah, there we go. Got it. I'm just being a retard. Just a simple shovel for digging a hole. Like, it's a cheap one. It was the cheapest one I could find because I just want to try it out, see how it worked. It worked fantastic. I had to dig a couple holes. I wanted to try it out and see how it worked. It worked fine. I may invest in a more robust one, whether it be the military one or whether it be some other thing. And it's small, compact, and fits right in the back of the bag. There's a pouch there, and I think its intention is for a water bladder to sit. Is the intention of it? But it kept the tools out of the way. So there you go. There's that. I don't think there's anything in here really to. I mean, it's just an IFAC Plus is what it is. That's it. It's not really anything exciting. It's nothing you haven't seen before. So that's it, guys. That's all the stuff from the class. I can't say I really had any big failures. Everything worked fine. I got rid of some stuff. I got rid of some weight and like little incidentals. I got rid of a lot of weight in food that wasn't necessary. Yeah. That's it. I do want to show you one more thing, but I need to go get it. And that is part of the outer layer that I was wearing during the class, coming right up. Okay, so a couple outer layers that I had hanging on hangers downstairs instead of up here with me. One is this. I did a video probably right before class, and that was just painting this. I painted that in the video because it comes in like coyote tan. I go through some green and dark brown on there. So this is from Audi Gear. This is their Ramble Wind shirt. I bought this as like a weatherproof layer to throw on, and I have to say it worked really well. Like the weather for our class was odd for Pennsylvania, so we did this class last weekend in May, basically a month ago. And it was cold. It was like 65 degrees during the day. It was like 40 at night. So like for PA this time of year, it was really cold. So this worked great as a weatherproof layer. So that was awesome. And it breathed pretty well, which was nice. This is what I wore for a good chunk of it. This is just a Vertex Combat shirt that I traded for a while ago. And it's got a zipper and it's got some Velcro catches on the front. It has, the arm pocket thingies that honestly I forgot were there, so I didn't use them. It's got a little spot for patches. I wore this for almost all the class. And I gotta say, like, I can't be happier. It worked great. I think it's some kind of Cordura, I'm guessing. I'm not really 100% sure. Again, I got it in a trade. So this is 50% nylon, 50% cotton. So it's half and half. It's a double XL. It's a tight double XL, which is good under gear sometimes to have it closer fitting to your body. So I think it worked out well. I was happy with it. This is something that I had in there that I never even wanted wearing. It wasn't hot. If it was hotter, I would have put it on. And this is just a combat shirt. So it's got all this mesh stuff on the back and on the front, and then on the sleeves it's got Cordura, and it's got like some padding there. So if you're moving through like heavy brush or whatever, it doesn't get tore up because the mesh stuff would. It also has the pockets and and the patch. Standard combat shirt layout. This is I guess you call this a 1/4 zip because it's just a short zipper in the front. So I mean, this is ubiquitous. There's a million different companies that make these. They make them for the military. This one is from Condor. This is a double XL. So this fits pretty tight on me, which is kind of the point. But I didn't want it wearing it just because it was too damn cold. Not too damn cold, but it just wasn't the right weather for this. Now the one march we did, once we got out into the open and the sun came out, I wish I would have had that because it got pretty uncomfortable. But yeah, quite honestly, like for me, this whole thing was about finding my limits and finding out where I stand on things, physically, mentally. Mentally, I think I was on point. I was slated for team lead for the course, for our group. Thanks, guys. Fuck you. And we did pretty well with the patrol from where our drop-off point was to our camp. I had an issue with my shoulder that got worse and worse and worse as we went to the point where I couldn't even hold my arm up. I actually had my arm slung like this in my chest rig. And it was like that for a good portion of the class. I was constantly having to do that. And then still making decisions. Mr. Joshua Masters took over team lead for me when I was kind of down. And then he went down. We did not have to fake any medical emergencies because there's plenty of them in the class. But anyway, so yeah. So for me, like all the stuff, the gear or whatever, it was fine. And then the biggest weakness was this guy right here. But I think it went well. I think for all things considered, it went very well. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing a comprehensive after action review of the course. Shortly, I'm going to have Mr. Mike Fewer film it for me and interview me for that, and then I want to put more thoughtful responses to the things instead of short little blurps in this. So on the gear side of things, thumbs up. I really didn't ditch anything. Everything was pretty well thought out to begin with because I overthink things to begin with. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Like the point of this is to push yourself and find your limits, right? So get out there and do that. Train. Find training near you. There is training like this all over the country. Go onto bulletin.net, and every trainer that is on bulletin.net has been vetted by Mike. First through interviews, and then through taking a course from that instructor. So you can be rest assured that whoever you're training with that's on that list is not going to be a waste of your time. And there's guys that do this stuff all over the country. So get out there, find out what your limit is, find out how far you can get pushed. I know for a fact that Evan from Radio Made Easy has a course coming up in Missouri in, I believe, October or September. I'll post it below. And that's going to be kind of a bug out class with a heavy leaning on comms. So there's an opportunity for you if you live in the Midwest. But find training, guys. Make yourself better. Do quality things with your time. Spend time with your family. You only have so many hours on this planet, and if you're wasting them, it's kind of a shame because you're never going to get them back. And that's it. I hope you're doing well, and remember, your path is out there. Go find it.
It's a red dawn morning. the sky will be stormy. Like a bird I'd fly away, 'cause the rain is coming down today.